hair's a little bit poofable today. Welcome, everyone, to the completely unnecessary podcast, Super Show, for August 19th, Tuesday, 2025. That's Ian Ferguson looking clean and lean and mean. And I'm Pat Country.
My friend at the local liquor store, I walked in and he just looked at me and he's like, too clean. I was like, all right.
On the show today, talking about a bunch of fun stuff. New YouTube monetization rules for AI slop and React videos. Link and Zelda announced for the movie that Ian will never see. Pac-Man news and Atari news. Roblox controversy. That's hit the news the past week plus. And then also collectors hurting collecting. We ruined our hobbies. We'll talk about a video we saw. Ian, did you have a good weekend? Did you have a good week and a half ago at Long Island Retro Gaming Expo?
I sure did. Yeah. Best convention. Had a great time. It was wonderful. Got to hang out with a bunch of people, meet a bunch of people, talk to people. Play games. One of the most exciting things that I got to do at the Long Island Retro Gaming Expo was play an Othello Multivision, Generation 2.
What's a Multivision?
So an Othello Multivision is a licensed clone of an SG-1000.
Oh.
With Othello built in.
Oh, that's the pack-in?
It's built in, and it actually says Othello Multivision on the top, and it has the ABCD 1, 2, 3, 4 keys for inputting the moves. The original, both versions of the Othello Multivision can play SG-1000 carts.
So it has a slot.
Yes, but the first version of the Multivision does not have a space for a controller, so you have to play it using like a little joystick on the front of the system.
That's kind of cute.
It's kind of like that bridge between like the Pong machines and like moderns, where like you were playing on the console for most of it.
Interesting. So when are you gonna own one? Are you gonna buy one?
So
expensive?
There's a boxed Generation 2 one on eBay right now for $280, I think. It's been up there.
Multivision?
Othello Multivision.
There's two versions. Second one has a cartridge slot.
They both have cartridge slots.
For the Sega Master System, basically.
They both do.
Or SG-1000 is basically a ColecoVision controller.
Yeah, it's literally two buttons. So.
190 or best offer for loose. I have one of the controllers. I got an SG-1000 controller with the two buttons on. I don't know how I got it.
So weirdly, the Othello Multivision Gen 2 controller is branded Othello Multivision, which just makes it a little bit different.
For the first one?
For the second one.
Second one with the SG-1000 controller?
It's a controller that's just a D-pad, two buttons, and it says Othello Multivision on it.
Like that's how they were. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I learned something new every day. Was that by the lunar lander? Is that what you saw that?
It was in the back somewhere, and it was funny because I walked up to it and I literally gasped, and Frank's like, what? And I'm like, an Othello Multivision, and it had an adapter cartridge in it for playing the card games. So baseball was on it, and I was like, I pulled it out and rebooted it so I could play Othello.
You had to play the built-in snail maze game.
So yeah. It was great though. The people are awesome. It was great to see everyone, and both panels were a lot of fun.
Yeah, Ian did two panels. He's big timey this time. Did two instead of one. He did the one with Frank Cifaldi about for 40th anniversary of the NES.
The lead into the launch of the NES. I was there for emotional support.
Yeah. So our friend Frank Cifaldi, always good for a free slice of pizza from Pat every year, and Ian. Explained to us in the hotel room before that weekend about all the new information that's come out. That's from documents and such about, hey, there's more you know about the history of all the business machinations and stuff between Atari and Nintendo, up to the jettisoning of that relationship, which would have altered video game history.
Yep.
And just the NES comes out in its own in a new format, by the way, within a year. Which that's what I was questioning.
That's
Frank.
the insane.
I'm like, Frank, how did it go from the AVS earlier in '85 to several months later? It's an entirely different looking console. Zapper's different. No more wireless controllers. That's like crazy. And
that's a real wave of the magic wand.
And Frank's like, yeah. Even Nintendo was like, what's happening? Our carts look different. Like, so the fact that they made this alternate shift within a few months to prototype a new console, this is stuff that's not really well known at all. Which to me is very interesting. That they did this 180 and put out the console, the Famicom, for a new market that quickly.
Yeah.
And did a successful test launch like later in the fall. Incredible.
Yeah. I think he's doing that panel for the rest of the year. So I didn't add much. Just so you'll get the same experience if you see it elsewhere. But it's a good one. And like we both said, there's genuinely new information in the talk. So
yeah.
It's definitely a good one.
And then Ian and I did a podcast panel, which one of the topics we talked about we're going to do as a main topic later on. You'll see if you stick around.
I love doing our live panels.
You have an entirely different energy, which makes me love and hate you at the same time.
You do too.
Yes, because I'm the way I am, Ian. I respond to the energy given out, so I balance it. Ian's energy, he has over the top, borderline manic energy at some of these panels we do.
Pretty much all of them.
Even interrupting.
That's how I get through them.
And interrupting me when I'm trying to make points, or I gotta be like, relax, I'm talking, Ian. And it's like, I don't know what happens, but something turns on where you become like Super Ian. And it's like very strange to witness, where I have to become the straight man to crazy Ian. Where like I have to become the freaking Abbott to your Costello at these events. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun to throw off your podcast partner.
It is.
And not be in sync. But anyway, it was fun though.
You gotta give them something interesting to see live.
Oh jeez. So that means this is not interesting.
No,
or
but you gotta give
podcast?
them a reason for going out to see you. You don't need to do the same thing that they can do
we also did the famous NES Pat Trivia that I've been doing at panels this year. You got to witness that, and they did okay.
They did.
They did have a half right.
I think so.
So we'll see. I'll do that again in Portland in a couple months. I might do one other convention at that, but Portland might be it for me this year in October. Yeah, and I had fun, and then I had a great Carvel ice cream flying saucer. Oh no, I didn't.
I felt bad. I even told Bonnie I felt bad about it. That was literally just my brain slipping.
So since Ian's birthday is always the weekend, it seems the past few years at Long Island. Last year they gave him a Fudgy the Whale, which I had to keep a surprise, and
you did.
I'm good at surprises, and I give him that. So this year they got him a 6-pack of the goat ice cream treat.
The flying saucers.
The flying saucer, multi-pack, vanilla and chocolate.
With sprinkles.
I have not had a flying saucer in probably 25 years.
You still haven't.
Yes. So Ian gets it. I'm eating the lunch. They provide us great lunches there for the volunteers and for all the guests.
Insanely good lunches.
They treat everyone like kings there, all the staff at Long Island Retro. So I'm having my lunch, and Ian's like, "Hey, Pat, you want it?" And I said, "Yeah." After I'm done eating, I'm like, "I can't throw it on top of my salad. I'm not going to besmirch my Carvel flying saucer with." So Ian then proceeds to random fucking strangers give out Carvel flying saucers.
Actually, only one of them was a random stranger.
Only one. Only one was a random. Well, guess what? That stranger got one more flying saucer than Pat got.
He's made me feel bad about this every day.
This will continue until I get a flying saucer.
I thought he picked one out and put it on his plate, and I stood up and gave out the rest. I guess he did not.
You don't have to. Your ass don't have to go to San Ysidro where they have an outlet down there.
I know they do. Yeah, it's at the outlet mall.
There's no in Southern California. There's zero Carvel ice cream. There's only an outlet. I don't know what even an ice cream cake outlet is because you can't get custom made. But there is one by the border.
Yeah, you can get the pre-made ice cream cakes with like you can get writing on them.
The same ones.
That's it.
But you can get the same ones in your grocer's freezer section
for the most part. Yeah.
So once a year I buy a Carvel ice cream cake. For myself, I'll eat it. Anyway, other than that. Disgrace. It was great. It was a great time. It was fun. We had Mama Teresa's pizza on Thursday night. I always overorder. I don't think I can do 2 pizzas. I gotta do 1 pizza next time. And
John said he really admires and appreciates your pizza as a side. Your pizza as a side meal plan.
It's not a pizza. It's an compliment.
But John, that's what John. Because I'm talking about it, and John's like, so you guys ordered 2 pizzas, and then Pat ordered a chicken roll, and then Pat ordered the sub, and I said yeah, and he's like, I like that. You have the sub as your main meal, but you have a slice of side pizza.
Yes.
So, yeah.
That's your vegetable.
Mm-hmm, right, exactly.
That's your
salad or soup.
That's your starch. Your starch is a slice of heavy mushroom and eggplant and pizza. I always end up having, like, Frank will have 1 slice, I'll have 1 slice, Ian will eat his Sicilian pizza. And then on Sunday, since I gave like 6 or 5 slices to the crew, I said, "Hey, these are in the fridge. They're fine. Eat them. Like, I'm not wasting $30 worth of pizza."
I ate all but one slice of my Sicilian. I got through pretty much all
Jesus,
of it.
it's so thick.
It is. It's wonderful though.
It's like 3 inches thick. Jesus, it's a lot. It's a lot. I was never a huge Sicilian. I'm more Neapolitan. All right, what was I saying?
I don't know. We're moving on. I think you're saying it was a great time.
Oh,
I said it was
we had a confirmation, and we had to do a journalistic retraction as well, or correction. We met. Last podcast we spoke about Landon, who comes into my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/ContraCo, to watch great commercials every Wednesday, and he told a story about going to Stormville, New York, and being harassed by one of the video game sellers because he had podcasts and Pat pins. And people in the comments are like, "This isn't true. This is one of the made-up Reddit stories." Well, one of the first things that happened when I went Friday morning was someone said, "Hey, Pat, I know the seller."
Oh, yeah, that guy was like the first person at our table. I remember that,
but 2 different people. When you're a journalist, you have to corroborate stories usually by 2 independent sources. 2 different people came up to me and says, "Pat, I know the seller that was referenced in that story, and he's for real." However, what was not true about the story that was reported us is that there was not a graded super scope. It was just a box super scope. So we must apologize to that seller for that. Maybe they do not dabble in graded.
Well, and I think someone said that they weren't graded games; they were just games in plastic, which I think is even weirder.
I mean, if it's protected, I'm not going to kill you for that.
Sure.
I mean, if you still have a Batman Return of the Joker box for sale by itself, that's still weird to me.
Sure. Get
a game and get a manual, pair it up, or either way, must apologize for misreporting on that information. I already said, Landon, you can't do that to me, buddy. You got to tighten up the reporting.
Tighten up.
But I understand. Either way, doesn't mean you're not a douchebag for still harassing someone for having pins of someone.
Yes.
I never got a response about why. I asked these 2 people that know that this seller, why is there such a hatred for us? I never got a good answer. I don't know if you did about that.
No, I don't.
I think it's because he looks so dashing right now. I'd be jealous too.
I appreciate it.
He's got his Jimmy Olsen look going on from Superman right now.
Yep.
Every woman wants him.
Like, easiest way to lose weight is get a haircut.
Really?
I mean, visually.
I'm due for another one already. God. So the MCU is rebooting and recasting characters. This is something that we said had to happen, and we just did a half hour on the Superman movie and Fantastic Four on our exclusive patreon.com/CU podcast. If you want to listen to that.
I feel like this is kind of the last chance Marvel has to right the ship, and I don't know that it will, but Kevin Feige did one of his he did a talk to some journalists and kind of laid out the plans for the Marvel universe. He said he thinks that usually he does 5-year plans, but he says he thinks right now what they've got written down goes to 2032, which is like
7 years.
Okay. They're recasting a bunch of the superheroes that they said goodbye to at the end of Endgame. And I don't know that this is going to really fix the issue. I think it's a problem. There's 2 things that Feig talks about here. One is recasting of the characters. 2 is something I agree with. He says they did too much after Endgame, and they absolutely did.
What was the math? He had
172 hours, I think, of if you want to watch the entire multiverse.
127. Okay, so here it is. So between 2007 and 19, they had 50 hours of content of stories, almost all through movies, right? Like 25 or so movies. I think it was like 22, 23 movies.
That's 12 years.
In 12 years. 13 if you want to do that. And then afterwards, in the next 6 or so years afterwards, not even 127 hours, 20 hours a year that you have to somehow keep track of what the hell is going on. When I saw when I saw the new Captain America movie,
Thunderbolts was pretty good on its own.
Yeah. But still, you had to know backstories. Where the hell did this guy come from? Where did Yelena come from? Still, but still, it was better. But when I went to see Captain America with my friend, I had to tell my friend, "Oh, that guy you had to see. His sidekick was in Captain America, Falcon and Winter Soldier." That Isaiah Bradley was introduced in that series and try to quickly explain. The movie always explains it, but it's never going to do a great job. They usually toss it in. They have 2 lines about the character. You have to accept it. So that's not a huge deal in and of itself. But when it's constant barrage of that, you are making people wanting to think that I have to do homework before I see this.
It's the difference in actual comic books. It's the difference between just trying to read a straight story that has an issue that comes out every month, and then trying to read a summer Marvel special that has 15 tie-ins, where you literally can't just do what I talked about in the intro, or the bonus episode. You know, you're supposed to be able to pick up a comic, and yeah, you're going to have questions, but you're supposed to be able to just start reading and have those questions answered to you reasonably well enough.
Yeah, a comic will usually do a quick reference with an asterisk. See in Web of Spider-Man 24 for a quick reference.
But they've gotten to the point in even the comics where it's tough to do that, and the movies have adopted that wholesale.
Yeah. So this, and plus it's been fatigue. It has been fatigue. You know, Kevin Feige can't say it's fatigue. It's fatigue.
It is.
It's too much.
And I think it's specifically Marvel fatigue, too, with how they handled it. They burned out the receptors on their audience.
Yes. And then, you know, Endgame was an event. Infinity War was an event, and obviously Endgame capitalized it. It was a culmination of a story that, from reporting, it's like, well, some of this was planned, some of it, they sort of it fell upon them that, oh, this is going to be something bigger. And so either way, it was lightning in a bottle. We all said at the time, this is going to be it. It's never going to be as good as this. Never again will be as fresh or as good at this. A 10-year cohesive cinematic buildup through like 20 different movies, all to this. And all those movies were, even though there was a couple ones that were like, Thor 2's kind of a little iffy, but still not terrible. But still like acceptable quality. Sure. But still like, hey, this isn't slop. But now we've had slop movies since.
Yeah. Well, and I think some of the movies, like I liked the Doctor Strange movie.
So did I.
I know Vonnie liked Thunderbolts. It's that I don't feel like.
But Quantumanium was slop.
They stopped trying.
Ant-Man 3 was like...
I heard it was very bad.
Was sort of like a crystallizing moment. It's like, what have we done? Mm-hmm. What have we been watching? It was the bridge way too far, I think, for audiences. Like, I've had enough. That was a lot of the audience said to themselves, this is enough.
Yeah.
We've gone to the extreme.
Well, and I always said that I enjoyed my time with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but it was an experiment that was fun to do once. I'm not buying into it again.
And then they just did movies that no one asked for.
Sure.
No one asked for the Eternals. I heard it's a pretty good movie. No one asked for it. No one asked for a Black Widow standalone movie after the character was killed off. And now we're doing a prequel movie. It's like, what? Why didn't you do that movie 5 years before?
Yeah, literally no one wants to watch a character that's already written out.
No one wanted the Marvels movie. Like, no one... for the Marvels movie, it was, again, one of the characters, movie sequel. Other two, you had to watch series for them on Netflix. Excuse me, on DC+.
I forgot that was even a movie.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, so you go from... These are cool movies because all these characters are being introduced to now the movies are simply being part of your programming package with Disney+.
Yep.
What are we doing?
It's just it's not fun. It's exhausting.
The Nick Fury series was a disaster, Secret Invasion. I think I told you a few days ago on the Hangout where they like had to fire the showrunner while filming and like redo everything on the fly. Yeah. Which, by the way, they did the same as I think for Daredevil. They fired the showrunners, and because basically everyone's like, this is a disaster, and on the fly have to like reshoot half of them, cut together what you have. I think Charlie Cox and your boy D'Onofrio basically had to say, this is not good. Like, what do we do? I had to like correct the ship as you're going. So to me, it seems like what happened at Disney was there was no one. I think Kevin Feige probably got burned out, rightfully so. He can't mind everything anymore. There's too many things going on, and they hired people that didn't give a shit. I saw one report from the guy who wrote and got kicked off of X-Men 97 season 2 for bad behavior. By the way, I'm not saying it's good, but what he reported was that these producers of these shows coming in weren't even handling reading things themselves. They were like pawing it off to underlings to read the source material and then get back to them with like bullet points to create like basically the show Bibles to cull from. So like the producers couldn't even take like the few hours to read the background comics to some of this shit. Like, what are we doing?
Right.
So it just seems like they lost their way. They got too big for themselves. They got fat and happy and just lost their way.
Well,
disaster.
The last thing I'll say on this is he did say, you got to experiment after success. And I do feel like I don't. I understand them making some weird choices, especially after they're going to try to put to rest, this core group of characters.
Sure.
But I think the idea to limit the amount of external stuff is good. I think the idea to recast the characters is only going to be a one-trick thing that works for a very short period of time, and that's it.
Well, we'll see, because they have to anyway. They're combo characters. They don't die after 10 years.
Sure.
They go on forever like James Bond. That's how you have to do these characters. You can't just say, oh, that's it for Spider-Man. We'll see you in 30 years for another attempt. No, the character's too big.
Sure.
You can't do it. So, by the way, I'm really looking forward to the new Spider-Man movie. Out of all this shit going on, I'm way more looking forward to the new Spider-Man movie than the next Avengers movie.
Sure.
I think the next Avengers movie is going to be a mess.
Probably.
With like the 30 characters that are supposed to be in it, with the old Fox characters and such, and just, I think it's going to be a mess. The fact that they had to push it back 6 months, they're like, oh yeah, it'll come out in a year, and they just started, no, it's got to be, it's like, okay, what are we doing here? Is this even written yet? Like, do we have a script, or just an idea of a script? Anyway.
Moving on. YouTube has new monetization rules for AI slop and react videos, and this is a rare time that I will say good for YouTube. I'm happy that they're going to...
This was announced a month ago. We're just reporting on it now.
Right. So YouTube is preparing to update policies to crack down on people who make what they call inauthentic content, which includes mass-produced videos, repetitive videos, AI generative videos, and other such things as this. This is not only going to attack AI videos, but I think this is also going to attack some of that children algorithm slop that was always like just the stuff that like the old Spider-Man Elsa bullshit. And
that's been gone for a while.
It has been.
But I think it's supposed to do. See, every once in a while, I'll see a video clip. When you go to it, it's totally like AI. It's just like a weird like AI voice put to something.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, we're just putting a short script to something in the news right now. But I think they've already got rid of that. I haven't seen one of those in a while on my timeline. But what I do see is that I see React videos that are reacting to like other React videos. So there's this guy that for some reason this got my algorithm. NBA stuff. It's like, oh wow, LeBron fan finally sees how good Larry Bird was. One of these like clickbait videos where it's like, oh, someone watching old clips of a Hall of Famer. But then when you turn on the video, it's a clip compilation of another YouTube reacting to it. So it's like reacting Inception to it. And so the person reacting to the reaction video is giving like minimal input or commentary, and it's not fair use. But then that video gets 200,000 views. So yeah, of course they're going to do it.
Right.
So it's like, I think they're trying to cut down on that.
That would be good. And I do remember, actually, when we were heading to Japan, that was something that really pissed me off. They were generated videos. We'd look up like a hotel or something, and then I'd want to try to find like a review of it. And there were multiple channels that literally just took the pictures from like from Google or whatever, like the pictures of the museum, and then put them in a video with an AI generated voiceover that read that with a little person in the corner talking that did not match the AI generated, like literally every place I searched for had one of these. There must be something scraping it and just putting them together and dumping them on there. But it was a pain in the ass. They don't tell you anything.
Let's see. Fake AI generated videos about news events like the Diddy trial have racked up millions of views. Another example is from TechCrunch. And another example, a true crime murder series on YouTube went viral. Was found to be entirely AI generated. 404 Media reported earlier this year. Even YouTube CEO Neil Mohan's likeness was used in an AI-generated phishing scam on the site. Great. Yeah, so there you go. You cut them off at the knees. I don't care how you do it. You demonetize them, or they have to jump through hoops to get monetized, or once their website, or excuse me, once their channel is flagged for AI or just slop, they have to keep every video has to be manually checked for monetization. Whatever, that'll kill this dead.
Mm-hmm.
I just hate that it always takes YouTube multiple years to react to this shit. Like they're never proactive. YouTube. That's
sure, it's always reactive.
I understand it's a big monolith.
We'll talk about that a little bit more later.
At Alphabet Company, but like you have to be proactive. You're just, and this is what caused the original adpocalypse. What was that? Almost 10 years ago, where it's like they had nothing for advertisers to use to double check what the hell their ads are being shown in front of.
Right.
So how could you set up this big system and not have that? Like how could you not have safeguards in place? Mm-hmm. But you learn that these companies don't give a shit. They're lazy.
Yep.
They're just fucking lazy. People and corporations are lazy. It's been a recurring theme. So there you go.
Hot news coming to you from the premier Doom adjacent podcast. Doom on the Super Nintendo got remastered and is getting a release by Limited Run Games.
Oh.
This is something that I did not know about.
Sold out, by the way.
Yeah, it definitely did. This is something that I did not know about and is awesome.
I told you about this.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I mean. Like, I found out from you recently.
So what was interesting about this is we don't talk about a lot of limited run stuff.
We didn't say what it was yet.
We did. I think we did it. I think we did a Long Island. We mentioned it real quickly.
Oh, I'm just saying, like, for now.
Right now we're not.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
This is what it is.
Yeah.
So the original dev that worked on the Super Nintendo port of Doom came back to say, "I'm going to fix this and make it better and make it run smoother and add shit to it and have like fucking rumble capability somehow."
It sure seems like it did. Like they did. I mean, so, reading the product page.
They added circle strafing.
Yep. There's circle strafing, all 4 episodes, monster respawning on nightmare difficulty. I don't even know what the point of nightmare difficulty is without monster respawning. I mean, that's what nightmare difficulty is.
Well, now they can do it.
Yeah. So that's awesome. And then rumble support via an all-new controller. That's odd. But I want to play this. I fucking love Doom. I play every version of Doom I can. And I really like what they've been doing lately, taking these people have been taking these old versions of Doom and fixing them up and making them better. 32X is another one that I believe it was 32X that recently got kind of like a remaster like this as well.
I don't remember. I mean, I did an NES Punk video about this version of Doom. Super Nintendo. We saw that one. It came out several years ago.
It's not good.
It's better than you think it should be on the Super Nintendo.
Sure.
It's to me, it's better than average for what you can't compare it to the computer or Super Nintendo, but like compared to the Wolfenstein game, it's miles better.
Yes.
Than that. So the original one didn't even have Die Flesh consumed on. I don't think on Super Nintendo.
No, it didn't.
So it's like the fact that they're adding that episode to that.
Yeah, no, you're getting all the episodes instead of, I think that was it just the first 3? Yeah,
it's just the first 3.
And circle strafing is huge.
Yes. Like you can play it on Super Nintendo okay with a controller, but circle strafing gives you that much more, ability to, circle around enemies.
It's the only move, really. Well, especially if you're playing deathmatch.
You can go back and forth.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's what you want to do.
So this sold out for, what was this?
$100.
Which
is oddly expensive.
Oddly expensive? I don't know if that's the production of the cart. It's a 16 meg cart. I don't think the size of the carts matters in modern day, but it is what it is. Includes 14 new levels. Yeah, there you go. So it's sold out. It's one of the few ones I've seen. It was like, wow, this is like this. We're correcting a game from 30 years ago. And they also had a collector's edition for 175. What the hell is in that one? Oh, different cartridge. What did you get with that? In that one, oh, you got like a book. What is that? You get instruction booklet, foil embossed box, or rumble controller support. Okay.
You know where you can get books with embossing?
Where, Ian?
UltimateNintendo.com.
There are special editions embossed. You can get RBI baseball stickers.
I had to think that over in my head
to make sure that was accurate.
Yes.
It wasn't false marketing, false advertising. You get pins, RBI baseball stickers. I sold a few at Long Island, and you get these awesome books for sale that you can read or use as door stops. You can
smell the paper.
You can smell the fresh ink on there. All at ultimatenintendo.com. You can get that. And then Ian's on Twitch Thursday spinning the hits.
Thursdays. Yeah, around 4 PST till usually about 6. House Tunes.
Pixel Sickle.
Check it out.
And then at Country Code on Wednesday around 4 p.m. Pacific Time, 7 Eastern. 70s, 80s, 90s commercials. I've been doing it now for 5 years. Over 5 years. Can you believe that? Over 5 years.
Time really flies. When did you start? So you started in 2020?
I started like a couple of weeks after my birthday in 2020.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like that's been a long time. Time is just not real anymore.
No, it's
like
not.
John and I have been doing Extra Napkins for. You can check out Extra Napkins, my food adjacent podcast as well. We've been doing
see
that
him
for.
talk about me behind my back. Oh, sorry, go on.
It was all nice. We were simply talking about the side of pizza. We've been doing that for 6 years. Does not feel like 6 years.
We were doing this fucking train wreck for
a long time.
For 12 years.
Yeah.
We just passed our anniversary. Oh no, it is our anniversary. When the fuck is it? Is end of July is our anniversary?
End of July was when we recorded it.
So, okay.
It got uploaded. Right. I think August 3rd.
Okay, so we just passed our anniversary. Where's my clang on here? Where's my fucking clang?
What?
No, that's not it. All right. Well, I don't see it.
The value.
Where is it?
Hey, Pat Ian. Fuck you.
Just getting all the hits for the anniversary.
Anyway.
There. I'm sorry, I didn't see it.
Big news. Big news.
I don't have a chance to hit these that much anymore, Ian. I missed the anyway.
Anyway.
Fake Tommy did not come out to Long Island. Our friend Joey did not come out this year. All right, what are we talking about here?
The actors have been chosen to play Link and Zelda in the live-action version of the Zelda film.
Zelda,
which I may never see. No, I'll probably see it.
This is a great name, Bo Bragason. That's like a fake name, but I love it.
Yeah,
Bo Bragason as Link, and that's the gal.
That's the gal.
That's Bo. Oh,
and Benjamin Evan Ainsworth is going to be playing Link, and I don't have a whole lot to say about the selections. She looks like she could be a good Zelda, and Bo, I guess I'll have to see him in a costume.
Well, Bo is Zelda.
Or, yeah, Bo,
like Bo
looks good. And I think Benjamin, in a costume, he'll be fine.
Yeah, they're like 15, 16. Like that's how old they should be, like 4, so they can grow into the role.
Yep.
Don't be like Stranger Things and do one movie every 15 years and then they're 40 years old.
Yeah. I mean, we're just going on looks, but I think they picked well.
Yeah. The film is scheduled for May 7th, 2027. All right, for my birthday.
Oh.
Bragason's 21. Okay, she looks a lot younger than 21 in that picture, at least. Okay. And then the kid's 16. So she looks high schooler. He is high school.
I think that is the correct age difference too. I could be wrong.
When do they establish an age?
I remember reading the manual for Zelda 2, and I felt like the princess was slightly older than Link. I could be wrong.
What are you basing off vibes? You gotta go back to the Zelda 2. Speaking of that, that's my only not concern about. What story are they gonna use? Obviously, the first Zelda, you built the story right there. I feel you should start with that.
Let's not get into it. But people always say there's no Zelda timeline. Every Zelda game is its own unique story. So which one do you choose?
The first one, though, is established where they don't know each other. And then, the only problem with that first game is that, there's not going to be a lot of Zelda in it because she's captured. So that's the thing. It's like, well, if you do that story, you don't see Zelda.
I have a feeling we'll probably do something like Ocarina of Time.
And have it sort of like established that he's in this universe and
I mean I think that's probably the easiest thing for them to do. It's the first Zelda with a bit more of a story.
Well, you got to.
Everyone loves it.
Everyone loves the first game. Everyone loves Link to the Past.
Well, everyone loves the first.
What was that look you just gave? When I said everyone loves the first game, what was that look, Ian?
I don't know if everyone loves it anymore.
Are you saying it hasn't aged well? Is that what you're about to say?
Not getting into this argument.
I got a window right there that has your name on it.
Not getting into it.
These fucking kids, these fucking Zoomers and alphas. Sorry. Oh, the first game, I don't know what to do. All right. So that they'll start filming that probably a year from now. And then Nintendo delayed the film's release from March to May. The day Marvel was previously set to launch. The day Marvel was previously set to launch. Oh, there was a day Marvel was going to launch Secret Wars. Gotcha. So that's pushed back to the end of December. Okay. There you go. So Ian's not going to see it. He's going to be like my roommate in college that refused to see the Lord of the Rings movie because they said it'll replace how I envisioned the books. And I'm like,
I will actually probably go see it because Vonnie will want to see it.
We'll see. We'll see how the trailer looks. We'll see about that. PETA's upset about a cow in Mario Kart. The reason I know about this, besides on the internet, they emailed me about it. They emailed me a press release, and they wanted me to talk to someone. They want the cow in Mario Kart to be redesigned without the nose ring in the game, because that's a practice that they supposedly did for the cow not to suckle on the mom. And so I didn't know that. If that's true, that sucked that they did that in the dairy field. But I'll just say this: it's a fucking video game character, and you're not gonna change. You're not going to change the dairy, how dairy works because of redesigning the cow in Mario Kart. Are you, Ian?
No, and I think that's about 1 minute and 30 seconds too much air for PETA.
That was like 40 seconds.
Yeah. So, moving on.
I could interview someone about this in the podcast if I wanted to. I'd probably say,
but that's what they want.
Yeah, I don't see how they're not recruiting. I understand that they want to keep in the news. I don't see them recruiting many new people by going after video games. I just don't see that being a viable, sort of path.
No, I don't either.
How about setting up no-kill shelters, PETA? How about that?
How about that?
That would be a great thing. Instead of your militaristic fucking extremist thing where people shouldn't be allowed to own pets. So we'll just kill off animals brought to us instead of, giving them to people. How about you start there? And I'll take you seriously. Until then, go fuck yourself.
That's pretty much it. That's absolutely it.
I think that had to be said.
I'll take that.
No one likes extremism. Pac-Man 2600 plus. When I saw this, when I said this announcement, I said there's a more than 0% chance that Ian will buy this.
I will not buy it.
I said more than 0%.
No,
chance.
I know. It's too.
It's too expensive.
I like it. I like the set, but I wouldn't want to buy it unless I had the set, and I'm not spending that much money on, once again, a non-FPGA system.
So what is this? So this is the 2600 plus, which they've now released in this is the fourth format they've released this. 2600 plus,
7800
700 plus, and then the computer.
That's right. Okay. Yep.
They're all the same thing. They're just emulation-based machines with a cartridge slot.
Yep.
That's it.
Well, the computer didn't even have that.
Oh, okay.
Computer was just a plug and play. The Atari 800 or whatever, or 400 computer, it was just a plug and play.
In theory, though, if you had a cartridge slot,
sure,
you could fire these things up. So this is just a yellow 2600 plus with it's Namco branded. There's Inky Blinky, Clyde, and Pinky on the front, not in the correct order.
And then there's matching controllers in the colors. There's a Pac-Man yellow controller, and then there's a color for each of the ghosts.
You get a wireless yellow controller, and you get a 2-in-1 cartridge that's probably dip switched like all their other ones. So it's a 7800. What is it? Pac-Man? What's the second game on it?
I think... What was it?
Can't be Miss Pac-Man. They lost the rights.
No, it's definitely not Miss Pac-Man. I think it's a 7800 closer to the arcade version of Pac-Man, and then the 2600 version of Pac-Man is on the cartridge, if I remember correctly.
Why? I mean, I guess...
I could be wrong.
Who would play that for... I mean, there's a picture of the 2600 one. Who would want to play that?
Yeah.
Instead of the 7800 one, which is a good version.
I think the bigger issue here is, I have two issues. One, I would really respect it more if they made an FPGA 2600. They clearly have boatloads of this thing, or they have a manufacturing line that can get these out, so they just keep doing the same thing with a different shell and style.
Do we say that there's a different color joystick for the other ghosts? So you can get a...
Yes, I said that.
Blinky red, you can get a Clyde orange. Where's the pink one for Ian?
I'm pretty sure you can get all of them, but they might be sold out. Those other ones might be sold out.
Where's the pink one? I don't see that on the page.
Well, that's what I said. I think they might be sold out because I didn't see the blue one either, but I'm almost certain there is a controller for each color of ghost.
What the fuck do we know then? These are not products that are reasonable at this point for some of them, but they're still selling out. People still want this.
Well, I think it's for a very specific sort of person. This is for a collector who is pretty much not going to care what it does, and is probably, especially something like this that I admittedly think looks nice, is probably going to sit on a shelf or in a case.
Someone will buy all the different controllers and just line them up.
If I was rich, I would almost maybe give them the money for it because I do like the way it looks.
If you were Review Tech USA, you would do this?
Rich. Oh, haha. Anyway.
How's our pal been?
I don't know.
Hopefully good.
Yeah, hopefully great. Living it up. So the thing is, it's just the price. The price is really strange for what you get. And to continue with price, they had a huge booth at Comic-Con. A pretty nice booth at Comic-Con.
How did I miss that?
Actually, I don't know. It was
massive.
massive.
Was on the right side?
Yeah, it was massive. And they were selling limited edition blind box versions of, I believe it was that Pac-Man combo cartridge.
Blind box versions of the combo cartridge?
All in different colors. Each color with a different rarity. Each blind box cartridge was $100 fucking dollars.
Shut up. How can it be when the game isn't that much?
And I'm fairly certain there were 6 different colors.
So you can get a pink one that's the chase one?
I have
or a
no
gold
idea.
one?
Yes. Like and they gave you the percentages too. Who is cracking multiple of these things to see what chase they're getting?
People probably just buying one because they have money to spend.
Yeah.
They can't be. The game's $35. You're saying they're charging $100?
I gotta look.
Oh, here's the bundle. Oh, these aren't sold out, Ian.
Oh, okay.
How did I miss this? Are you ready? You can get the Atari 2600 Plus. There's no way this is going to be sold out. The yellow Atari 2600 Plus with the yellow controller. The dip switch $35 cart in all 4 joystick colors, $435.
I'm looking at it right now. It's insane.
You can pre-order this shit. If that was $200, Ian, or even $250, I'd say, you know what? It's a keepsake. You buy it for the Pac-Man fan in your life.
If it was $250 an FPGA, I would own it.
FPGA, I would own it for an FPGA one. It wouldn't matter. But the fact that the gumption to sell, I understand there's a Namco thing involved, even though on the controllers there's nothing Namco.
There is. On the very top of the controller, you can see Pac-Man in each of the guns.
On the top of the controller, there's a little sticker or embossment there. The fact that they're selling you 5 controllers, in essence, for like $30 each is crazy.
Well, one comes with it, and then the controllers are $40 each for wireless fucking Atari 1-button joysticks.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It sure is.
That's crazy.
I agree.
Yeah. So there you have it. There'll some. I can't believe you're saying there was a $100 blind box. Are you sure there was?
There was a blind box. I'm trying to double check that it was $100, but it was very expensive. Even if it was only like $50, it was still like there was like 6 different ones to collect, and they weren't all equally spaced out. There were chases. SDCC Pac-Man cartridge.
I can't even find the individuals for sale besides those 2. Don't tell me you can't buy the pink controller like separately or the blue one. That'd be crazy. Or the site's horrible to navigate and I can't find them. Collect all 4 colors of the Ghost Edition joystick. Well, I guess the good news is at some point they're going to run out of ways to knock on wood, to re-release the same console for the 7th time. At some point you have to, Ian. You have to be able to run out of time.
So here's what it was.
Okay.
Yep, they're $100. It was it's the double feature cartridge in a gold box, and there are it includes the 2-in-1 cartridge in one of 5 surprise colors: red, light blue, pink, orange, or yellow, as well as a limited edition patch and pin.
Okay,
and I can't. I'm almost positive when I was there, I saw a sign. I'm glad I was right on the price. I saw a sign that gave you the rarity of each color.
So for $65, you're basically in a lottery for a different colored cart, and you get a pin with it.
For $65 more?
Yes.
Yeah. It's just insane.
How do you think they sold at Comic-Con? 50?
I have no idea. One of my buddies asked me if I could pick him up one when I told him that it was not only limited edition, but $100 with chase colors.
You're out.
He was like, fuck that.
Okay.
Like, that's kind of beyond the pale, I think. That's really...
That's not good.
Odd.
I guess finally, there's more. Speaking of Namco, there's Atari 50 Namco DLC that was announced about a month ago. This is the 2nd set of DLC.
Third. First one was free. Then there was a pay one, and then this is the.
Then
third
there was the Activision one, and now Namco.
Yes, I believe so.
No,
was there an Activision one?
It should be in television.
In television.
In
yes,
television.
Not Activision. Would love an Activision update to that. I'd fucking bring that up again.
So the physical re-release has the first
2
DLC.
First 2 DLCs.
Oh, it includes the Intellivision.
I believe. I think.
But not this, obviously.
Yes.
Because how could it? Okay. So take a look at the Namco Legendary Pack DLC for a trailer for Atari 50 with new classics, multiple versions of Atari Pac-Man, Galaxy, and Dig Dug and Xevious. So, okay. So now we've officially crossed the Rubicon. This is what I talked about with Ian before. Is that, all right.
Physical games don't mean anything, people. I say it all the time.
I purchased and loved the original, I think I'm quoted by them, by Atari, saying it's arguably the best retro gaming release package of all time.
It
And I
is.
stick with that.
No, it's not taken away from that.
I'm quoted by the company. Then you do the DLC. Okay. You do the DLC. I no longer have everything in my standalone. Fine. That's fine. I got to buy it separately. Fine. Now we're going to do a re-release physical version, Steelbook edition, whatever it was, with all the DLC to that point. Great. Now I can own the complete version of this game. Now we're going to go to Namco to get more games. Really, this is now a subscription-based game. This retro game collection. That's the problem. It's become subscription-based.
And it's also not the 50th anymore.
It's not the 50th anymore. We're now on 52 or 3.
Atari
53?
53, the live service.
Yes, it's a live service. It's a live service retro gaming collection. A good one, but it's now strange. Now we're in Strangeville. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know how you get around this. I do like the fact that they're adding on to this, even though now it has nothing to do with Atari anymore, insofar as these are just games on the Atari console.
It does. I mean, especially if they were, I don't know if some of these were Atari programmed ports or what.
Well, the 2600 one was.
Yeah.
But other than that, you're getting farther away from the spirit of it. Yeah.
I think it's important, though, just because it touches on something that Pat and I said. When people say they love Atari games, they usually mean the Atari version of Namco games that they remember from their youth. Pac-Man is not an Atari game.
This Pac-Man is not.
So
Galaxian is not.
Exactly.
Galaga is not. We all love our Galaga. Not an Atari game.
Space Invaders, not Namco, but also not an Atari game. Like,
It becomes very thin, those Atari games, which is why, again, I understand why you have to do a Namco 2600 Plus. I totally get it.
yeah.
You got to keep the Atari name relevant and sort of like mix them in with the other classes of the day. I totally get it.
All I gotta say is I'm happy to see the continued support for this, and honestly, I kind of understand it because when they released this, it was right at the beginning of their Atari kind of partnership thing, and I'm sure things have changed. They've gotten access to more things. This is good. My whole point in talking about this is that weird insistence that you have to have everything physical when there's no point anymore if they're just going to keep releasing. What are you going to do? Buy 3 versions of this?
I just think they should tell people, hey.
But that's my thing. I don't think they would know. Because if it's something that
you have to know.
If their partnership started with Atari, there's a very good chance that they would not have known they could have gotten these Namco games. How are they supposed to tell you that?
Sure, and then the Intellivision sale probably came to them and they're like,
and that was it. So I'm not trying to defend them. I get it. It's just the nature of games today. It's just how it is.
Sure, it's just for a retro game compilation, it gets stranger.
It does. You would think that, especially because it's a historical thing, you think it would kind of be a one and done.
Yes, it's games that are 40 years old.
I get it.
So there you go. All right, we're going to go into the podcast?
Yeah, we're going to go into the podcast.
The main part.